رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله ما بعد. We spoke last halqa about the things that nullify the wudhu. طيب, and the last point was about the camel, eating a meat camel meat. There is a note about this issue. If you remember, we mentioned that majority of scholars said it's okay if you eat a camel meat, this will not nullify your wudu. While the Hanabila said no, you should make wudu because there is hadith, or there are two authentic hadith. And Nawawi rahimahullah said, there is a note about this. Some people said that the opinion that say the eating camel meat will nullify your wudu is the opinion of the four Khalifa, Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman, Ali radiyallahu ta'ala anhum. He said, but this is not proven. This is not proven. Okay, and Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah mentioned that some people say this is the opinion of the four Khalifa and majority of companions. Okay, they used to eat the camel meat without, then they don't make the wudu. This is not authentic. This is not proven. This is not proven. Okay. And also there is another thing they like to mention when they talk about the camel meat. They say, why the Prophet ﷺ said to make wudu? They say because there is a story. We should understand this story. Then we can come to the conclusion. They said because the Prophet ﷺ was eating a camel meat with some of the companions. So one of them passed wind, gases. So the Prophet ﷺ doesn't want to make him feel embarrassed. Then he said, the Prophet ﷺ, anyone ate the camel meat should make wudu. Only to protect this person, or to keep his, to respect him, not to make him feel shy. Okay. Number one, this is not authentic hadith. The story is not authentic. The text is authentic, but the story not authentic. What do I mean? I mean the text when the Prophet ﷺ said, make wudu after eating camel meat, this is authentic. But the story is not authentic. The chain is not authentic, what we studied here. And also the story itself, it is not acceptable in Sharia that the Prophet ﷺ will give a rule because of someone passed wind. Okay, this is not accepted in Islam. This is not accepted in Islam. So please, brothers, be careful. Sometimes the text of the hadith is authentic, but the story, which is before the hadith, is not authentic. This is not authentic. طيب. One example, I remember now the Shaykh Albani rahimahullah mentioned in one of his books, there is hadith that the Asma bint Abi Bakr radiyallahu ta'ala anhuma came to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam with a dress transparent. Then the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to Asma, when the woman becomes baligh, when the woman comes to the age of menstrual period, it means she is adult, she has to cover the body except the face and the hands. Except the face and the hands. So many scholars say this is not authentic hadith, and how come Asma comes out to the Prophet ﷺ with the transparent dress? This is not acceptable. Okay, and they accused the Shaykh Al-Albani. Shaykh Al-Albani said the story is not authentic, but the text is authentic. Shaykh Al-Albani rahimahullah said, yes, the story it is not authentic. That Asma wore something transparent, this is not authentic. But the saying by the Prophet ﷺ, this is authentic. Okay, so this is very important to differentiate between the story and the text itself. Sometimes one of them authentic and one of them not authentic. Okay, and sometimes no, both of them authentic. طيب يعني there is a famous hadith إنما الأعمال بالنيات. Okay, the famous hadith. Okay, there is a story, a man called Muhajir ibn Qais. Muhajir Qais. There is a man in Mecca loves a woman in Medina. So he migrated from Mecca to Medina. Okay? So some people said the story of this hadith, then the Prophet ﷺ narrated this hadith because of this story. The Prophet ﷺ said, فَمَنْ كَانَتْ هِجْرَتُهُ إِلَى اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ فَهِجْرَتُهُ إِلَى اللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ وَمَنْ كَانَتْ هِجْرَتُهُ إِلَى دُنْيَا يُصِيبُهَا أَوْ امْرَأَةٍ يَنكِحُهَا فَهِجْرَتُهُ إِلَى مَا هَاجَرَ إِلَيْهِ. You know the famous hadith? The Prophet ﷺ said, if your intention in this migration to Allah and His Messenger, then this is accepted. But if your intention in your migration from Mecca to Medina for dunya or to marry a woman, then your intention for what you intended for. Okay? The hadith is authentic. Hadith in Bukhari. No doubt it is authentic. Okay? But to connect this, to make a connection, and also they said also the story is authentic, but the connection is not authentic. They mean the Prophet ﷺ did not say this hadith because of that story. طيب. Then he mentioned some of the points that they are not nullifying the wudhu. Some points, according to his understanding, they are not nullifying. Yes, some of them different views, okay, but according to his search, not nullifying. The first point, if a man touches a woman, okay, if a man touches a woman, there are three opinions. Okay, there are three opinions. The first opinion of Shafi'i and also Ibn Hazm, and also this is narrated by Abdullah ibn Mas'ud and also Abdullah ibn Umar, that if you touch a woman, okay, this will nullify your wudu. This will nullify your wudu. For example, if you shake hand with your mother, with your wife, with your daughter, this you have to make wudu for the salah. You have to make wudu with the salah. Why? Because they said, Allah said this in the Quran, clearly in the Quran. Allah says, أَوْ لَامَسْتُمُ النِّسَاءَ فَلَمْ تَجِدُوا مَاءً فَتَيَمَّمُوا. And the ayah in Surah Al-Ma'idah, Allah said, if you don't have the water, then you touch the woman, okay, then make tayammum. فَتَيَمَّمُوا. And they said Abdullah ibn Mas'ud and also Abdullah ibn Umar narrated, they said, and المس ما دون الجماع. المس ما دون الجماع. Mas, it is something less than the sexual intercourse. So clearly by Abdullah ibn Mas'ud ibn Umar, the ayah doesn't mean the intercourse with the wife. The ayah means something less. So this is their proof. The second opinion, okay, مذهب Malik wa Ahmed. Okay, what is famous about Imam Ahmed, that if you touch the woman with lust, with desire, this will nullify your wudu. It means if you, for example, if you shake hand with your mother, only saying salam to your mother, and of course with your mother there is no lust, no desire, or your daughter, this will not nullify. طيب. This is the second opinion. The third opinion, Abu Hanifa and his student Muhammad Hassan Shaybani, okay, and the saying of Abdullah ibn Abbas, one of the, this is a companion, Tawus, one of the Tabi'een, Al-Hasan wa Ata. They said it will not nullify your wudu, touching the woman. Now we have a verse, And this verse explained by a companion. So as a general rule, we have to accept the explanation of the companions, not only one, two great companions. They are scholars. Abdullah ibn Mas'ud and Abdullah ibn Umar, they are scholars. So we should take this explanation. صح, we should take the explanation of the companions. But the problem, or not the problem, the issue is that if you have another companion who said something else, Abdullah ibn Abbas, one of the great scholars of tafsir. Abdullah ibn Abbas said, radiyallahu ta'ala anhuma, al-mas wal-lams wal-mubashara. Okay, he mentioned these terms, they mean jima', they mean the sexual intercourse. ولكن الله يكني ما شاء بما شاء. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses the word as He will, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, يعني if you take the word literally, mess or lams in Arabic, what is the meaning of mess, lams? Mess, this is mess, to touch, or lams, يعني something very light. So this is very light. Okay, but because of the يعني this is very يعني very respect way in the Quran. Okay, to use the word يعني to avoid the word جماع. Okay, يعني sometimes it is not a good way to say جماع. يعني for example, you are speaking to people and you say جماع. Okay, it's a strong word. طيب, so if you say المس, هل مسست امرأتك? Okay, what is literally meaning? هل مسست, did you touch your wife? Okay, you feel it is light, يعني not to make him shy, the person. But imagine, did you have intercourse with your wife? You feel it is يعني strong, huh? So now the first point about the explanation of the ayah. We have different views from the companions. Okay, do we have anything else or only the ayah? No, we have something else. طيب, we have hadith. Aisha radiyallahu ta'ala anha said, one night I was looking for the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay, the house of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the house of Aisha, very small, and it was dark. So she said, I was searching, where's my husband? So she said, فَوَقَعَتْ يَدِي عَلَى بَطْنِ قَدَمَيْهِ. I was looking, where is the Prophet ﷺ? So I put my hand on his feet, the sole of his feet, the bottom of his feet, while he was prostrating in sujood position. So he was praying. طيب, he was praying. And he was making dua, اللهم إني أعوذ برضاك من سخطك ومعافاتك من عقوبتك وأعوذ بك منك لا أحصي ثناء عليك أنت كما أثنيت على نفسك. This is one of the dua in قيام الليل in the sujood. This is one of the dua in the sujood in قيام الليل. Okay, so where is this hadith? Hadith in Sahih Muslim. Okay, what can we understand from this hadith? That Aisha touched the Prophet ﷺ. Okay, do you think that the Prophet ﷺ knows that this is Aisha, or he doesn't know? No doubt, he knows. Who was with him at home? Aisha, radiyallahu ta'ala anha. Okay, he was during the salah. Did he cut his salah? Did he stop his salah? He continued his salah. Okay, so this is a clear proof that touching the woman, okay, will not nullify your wudu. Because if it nullifies the wudu, the Prophet ﷺ will stop his salah and repeat the wudu and repeat the salah. Alayhi salatu wassalam. And also some scholars said the Prophet ﷺ did not touch the woman. She touched him. Why you are laughing? That's good. They speak like this. Okay, don't laugh. This. They are our scholars. You are Hanafi? In this point, yes, Hanafi, صح? In this point, not Hanafi? At this point, you should be Hanafi. If you are not Hanafi, you will be in big trouble. You cannot do Hajj and Umrah, and you will live in the toilet to make wudu. طيب. Okay, those who said the Prophet ﷺ did not touch, she touched him, we will give them the other hadith. There is another hadith in Bukhari and Muslim. Aisha said, I was sleeping with the Prophet ﷺ, and my feet في قبلته, يعني in front of him. يعني I was sleeping just in front of him. فإذا سجد غمزني, and when he makes sujood, غمزني. What does mean غمزني? He touched my feet. فقبضت رجلي, to remove my legs. The Prophet ﷺ is standing and she is sleeping in front of him. He will make this ruku'. Then when he went to the sujood, okay, غمزين. What's mean غمزين? By his finger, he touched the feet of Aisha. It means remove your feet. طيب. So this is a clear hadith that the Prophet ﷺ intentionally touched Aisha, and he did not break his salah. He did not stop his salah. Okay. So this is a clear proof. طيب. What about the other opinion of Al-Malikiyya and Hanabila? They said, okay, normal touching, no problem. But if you touch your wife, for example, with lust, then you have to make wudu. We'll give them the answer from another hadith or a third hadith. طيب. In Sunan Abi Dawud and Nasa'i. The Prophet ﷺ used to kiss his wives and was not doing wudu. Okay, and the scholar said, no doubt, when a man kisses his wife, this is with lust. They said, no, when the Prophet ﷺ kissed Aisha, because the big gap of age, it is like the kiss from father to his daughter. But she is not his daughter, she is his wife. She's his wife. طيب. Yes, some scholars say this hadith is not authentic, but still we have the proof that about touching will not invalidate the wudu. And also they said, يعني, touching the woman is not something rare. This is something common. يعني, of course, if you have a daughter, if you have a sister, if you have a wife, طيب, your mother, okay, no doubt you touch them, you give them salam, طيب, maybe your daughter, you hug your daughter. And the Prophet ﷺ did not mention that, please, if you touch your daughter, your wife, any woman, you have to make the wudu. This is something common or rare? This is common. So if there is, can you imagine something common and the Prophet ﷺ doesn't mention it? He will mention. Alayhi salatu wassalam. طيب. And also, يعني, when the Prophet ﷺ did Hajj, about 100,000 people. The Prophet ﷺ did not mention that if you touch a woman, you have to make wudu before your salah. He did not mention this. And this happens. When we do the Hajj and Umrah, this happens. يعني, every time, and it happens many times, not only once. طيب. So يعني Allah alam, يعني, it is very strong opinion, the opinion of Al-Ahnaf, okay, that touching the woman will not nullify your wudu, And here, subhanallah, يعني, if you notice that majority of scholars, Maliki, Shafi'i, Hanbali, okay, they say it will nullify your wudu. Yes, some of them said with lust, and some of them any touch, but the majority of scholars say touching the woman will nullify your wudu. And the Hanafi, okay, we are happy here with the Hanafi scholars. Okay, usually you are not happy, sir. Always we are happy with our scholars, because Abu Hanifa, one of the great scholars, one of the great imam. Okay, but some people think that Hanafi madhab is very bad, but no, all of them, our great scholars, Abu Hanifa, Malik, Shafi'i, and Ahmed and Hanbal, all of them are our scholars, and we respect all of them. And they told us, if you notice the proof with me, follow my opinion because of the proof, not because it is my opinion. طيب. Sorry? Yes. The strong view that it will not nullify. Why? Because the Prophet ﷺ touched Aisha and he did not break his wudu. With or without? Yes. This is a different issue. If the Madi comes, this is a different issue. We'll tell you, repeat your wudu because of the Madi, not because of touching. Okay? Yes, some of them mention that, okay, يعني, if you touch your wife with lust, make wudu. Okay? Not because it nullifies your wudu, but because, subhanallah, it is a lust. And when you make the wudu, it will calm you down. Like this. Number 2, خروج الدم من غير المخرج المعتاد. Bleeding from not from the normal exit. They mean not, يعني not the menstrual period, because the menstrual period, no doubt, this will nullify the wudu, and the woman needs a ghusl. She needs to take shower when she becomes clean. طيب. So now bleeding, for example, cupping. If you do cupping, you bleed. طيب. Or sometimes bleeding from the nose or from a wound. مذهب الشافعي ومالك طيب, it will not nullify your wudu. Abu Hanifa said no, this will nullify your wudu if you have bleeding. Imam Ahmed, madhab Hanabla, if it is too much, then it will nullify your wudu. It is a big amount, it will nullify your wudu. طيب. And the strong opinion is the opinion of Shafi'i or Malik, that it will not nullify your wudu. Why? Because number 1, there are hadith that the bleeding will nullify your wudu, but they are not authentic hadith. طيب. Number 2, we have a hadith, the famous hadith when there are 2 companions were guarding the Muslims. Alaykum salam. So the kafir came and he stabbed the Muslim. He was praying. And he did not stop the salah. He continued the salah. So the scholar said he was bleeding. And he continued his salah. And no doubt the Prophet ﷺ knows this incident. So they said this is a proof that bleeding will not nullify your wudu. And also, when Umar radiallahu ta'ala stabbed by this Majusi, he continued his salah. Umar radiallahu ta'ala an. He did not stop his salah. And also, Al-Hasan al-Basri, rahimahullah, he's one of the tabi'een. He said, ما زال المسلمون يصلون في جراحاتهم. Okay, now, this authentic chain. Okay, maybe someone said, but we mentioned the mustalah. If the tabi'i narrated a hadith, this is not connected chain. صح, but here, Al-Hasan al-Basri did not say something about the Prophet ﷺ. If he mentioned something about the Prophet, then we said, yes, this is not connected. But Al-Hasan al-Basri said, ما زال المسلمون. Okay, he said, the Muslims طيب, pray with their wounds. So he did not mention the Prophet ﷺ. So it's okay. I mean, this is authentic. I mean, this is accepted. And if a tabi'i says the Muslims used to do this, okay, most probably he means the companions, because he met some of the companions, Al-Hasan al-Basri radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. So, also this will not nullify your wudu, I mean bleeding. Okay, so for example, if you have some abscess or something, then you remove it, then blood comes out. Okay, or in the salah, okay, some people they bleed from the nose. Okay, then you put a tissue and you continue your salah. This is valid? Yes, this is valid. But for example, you want to stop your salah because the blood is not, your nose is bleeding. You want to treat it. You want to, because you will cause problem in the masjid. The blood will come on the ground of the masjid. Yes, cut your salah. Cut your salah until you stop the bleeding. Then you continue your salah. Repeat the salah, I mean. Not because the blood is nullifying the salah, but because there is a problem. Because there is a problem. طيب. Also, the third point, القيء, the vomit, will not nullify your wudu. Why? Because we don't have a hadith saying that vomiting will nullify your wudu. But some people say, no, there is hadith. What is the hadith? That the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam قاء فأفطر وتوضأ. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam vomited, then he broke his fasting and he made wudu. He said, yes, this is a proof. Why the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam made the wudu? Okay, we'll tell them, okay, yes, some scholars say this is authentic hadith. So suppose this hadith is authentic. This is an action from the Prophet ﷺ. It is not a saying. The Prophet ﷺ did not tell us if you, after vomiting, you have to make wudu. But he did this. And as a rule, if you remember, if there is an action from the Prophet ﷺ, this means it is mustahab and not wajib. This is recommended and not compulsory. Okay? Okay. Number 4, القهقه في الصلاة. القهقه, what means قهقه? It means laughing with sound, loudly. In the salah, like this, doing like this. Okay? No doubt this will nullify your salah. This will nullify, will invalidate your salah. طيب? By ijma', by consensus. But the point is, should you repeat the wudu? طيب? Abu Hanifa and Al-Hasan al-Nakha'i, they said, you have to repeat the wudu. If you laugh loudly in the salah, you have to repeat the wudu. Okay, why? They mention hadith, but this hadith not authentic. This hadith not authentic. But we have a fatwa from companion, from Jabir ibn Abdullah. Someone asked him, what about the man if he laughs in the salah? He said he should repeat the salah and not the wudu. He should repeat the salah, not the wudu. So no need to repeat the wudu. You have to repeat the salah. Laughing loudly in the salah will invalidate your salah. But you should, but the wudu is okay. The wudu is okay. Number 5, washing the dead person. Washing the dead person will not nullify also your wudu. And I think we mentioned this before. Number 6, the last point for today, ash-shak, the doubt. If you are in doubt, should I make wudu or not? You should not make wudu. For example, every morning, okay, you make wudu, then you go to your work. Every morning. So you leave home 7. So now, at the time of Dhuhr Salah, 11:30, or exactly 11:32, you said, should I make wudu or not? Did I break my wudu or not? So now you are in doubt. So in this case, you should not make wudu. You should not make wudu. Why? Because basically, you are in a state of wudu. Because usually you do wudu in the morning. And breaking your wudu is something doubtful. So you have to take the basic. Or the opposite. What is the opposite? The opposite, if you don't make wudu every morning. Okay, you pray Fajr, then you come home, you sleep for half an hour, 1 hour, then you wake up, you wash your face, Then you go to work without making wudu. Okay? So now, at the time of dhuhr, you are in doubt. Did I make wudu or not? What should you do? You have to make wudu. You have to make wudu. Because what is the base? Without wudu. So what is the rule? The rule, you should follow the base. Basically, I was in a state of wudu. Khalas. Continue. Don't make wudu. Basically, I am without wudu. So you have to make wudu. So this is very important. This is very important. Why? Because subhanallah, the people who have waswas, they have problem in this issue. I mean, they are ignorant. Usually, of course, not always. But if you have this rule, no, khalas. Alhamdulillah, I don't need wudu. I don't need it. And this is a rule for everything. Sometimes, many times, people say, where should I pray? You can pray any place. Maybe there is najasa. Maybe there is a filth in this place. Okay? Maybe it means you are in doubt. Don't follow your doubts. If you are sure there is najasa here, then don't pray until you wash it. Okay? I don't know, maybe they have a baby, maybe you visit someone and he doesn't have musalla. Okay, pray on the ground. Maybe he has baby, 1 year old or 6 months. Maybe his baby urinated here and they did not wash. Maybe. Don't follow, maybe. If you are sure, follow what you are sure about. If you are not sure, khalas, forget it. And you will be comfortable. Jazakum Allahu khaira.
For the wudu, Shaykh, that you said if you are in doubt, I mean, isn't it better that you do the wudu? Benefits of the wudu.
Okay. I am in doubt now. Did I break my wudu or not? So I say, okay, let's do it. Let's do it. If you want to do it, as you said, because of the virtue of wudu, this is a different issue. This is a different issue, no doubt. We say, yes, this is better. You make the wudu for every salah, mustahab, as we mentioned. But where is the problem? The problem, if I'm not sure, then I say, let's do wudu, because I am in doubt. This maybe will increase with time. Then you will reach to the level of waswas. Then for any doubt, you repeat the ibadah. Not only wudu, many things. Did I pray or not? Let's pray now. So you repeat your salah, you repeat your wudu, you repeat your fasting, you repeat your intention. It will be a big trouble. So try to close the door. Try to close the door.
What about the shak if you have in the salah, whether you completed the rakah or not? You're praying for rakah.
We'll speak about this inshallah later. And I spoke about this. I have the video. Inshallah, I'll share it in the group. Yes.
Regarding the bleeding, you said like the Halaqa is when there is a lot of bleeding. So that is because of what?
Maybe they use the proof that Abdullah ibn Umar or ibn Abi Awfa عصر بثرة في صلاة. عصر بثرة, what is بثرة? It means like, like the pimple, he press it in the salah. So they said if it is a small amount, it's okay. But if it is a big, Allah alam exactly what is their proof, okay? If they consider that the blood is najis, so if it's something najis coming out from your salah, from your body, will invalidate your wudu. Like this. Yes.
One more thing on the doubt. So suppose we pray with the doubt, and then like during the prayer or after the prayer, we realize that actually we had actually broken wudu. Do we have to repeat this now?
At the beginning, I am in doubt. Okay, did I break wudu or not? So I will tell you, khalas, pray if you are in doubt. But during the salah, you remember. So now you are sure.
Yeah, sure.
If you are sure, you have to break. You have to stop and make wudu. Yes, خلاص. Because it is not acceptable to pray without wudu.
Somebody told me it's okay if you pray.
How it is okay? No, this is the condition. It is okay if there is najas on your body. If there is najas, if there is filth on your body, impurity on your body, okay, then after the salah, someone told you this is najasa. It's okay. I don't know about it. But if you prayed without wudu, you have to repeat. Because you did not pray. You did not pray. Okay? جزاكم الله خير.